This content will provide you the tips regarding the effective prosecution of the cases. In this content you will learn about police prosecution coordination affairs, how to scrutinize the criminal case files, interviewing the official witnesses, particularly the investigation officers, how to examine witnesses, defense witnesses and hostile witnesses, how to deal with the same.
Hello friends, hope you are doing good.
Yes, sir.
Today we are going to discuss different techniques to make the prosecution effective. Are you with me?
Yes, sir, we are with you.
Great. The first and the foremost thing in order to ensure the effective prosecution is to establish the coordination between police and prosecution. Do you have any idea of the importance of police prosecution coordination and its role in ensuring quality investigation and effective prosecution?
Sir, we all understand that police prosecution coordination is required at all stages of investigation and during the trial of the case.
Sir, we also understand that the prosecution and police are the main stakeholders of the criminal justice system.
Wow. That's great. You guys are energetic and, interestingly, understand the importance of coordination. Now I would like to highlight that for effective prosecution you have to firstly scrutinize all documents available on the file once you receive the case file from the investigation office.
Sir, what sort of documents a case file contains?
In murder cases, you have to look into the post-mortem report, forensic evidence, and the FSL reports, calendar of witnesses, statement of PWS, site plans, etc. If it is a narcotics case, you must be very careful about the forensic report, recovery memos, statement of witnesses, etc. You must also be very careful about the site plan, the crime scene, its management, the chain of custody. This is normally in almost all cases. In case if you find any lacuna in the investigation, you should return the case file to the investigation officer with prosecutorial guidelines for addressing the same. You must also look into the consistency and consequence inter se between the witnesses. The cases should only be forwarded to courts if they are fit for prosecution. That is to say that if it satisfies the public interest and evidential test.
Sir, what about the importance of briefing the witness before his deposing in the court?
Important. Asking him to refresh his memory is often very useful. As with the passage of time he may lose some of the events while deposing as witness in the court. You must lead the witness without asking a leading question and allowing the defense counsel to cross-examine him. You must, after completion of recording the examination in chief and before starting of cross-examination, explain to the witness that he should first understand the question and thereafter to respond.
Sir, what are the circumstances where a prosecutor can cross-examination the witnesses?
In circumstances where prosecution witness becomes hostile, where accused produce witnesses in his defense, or want to be examined on oath, statements recorded before the magistrate.
Sir, can you please explain that, whether hostile witness can be cross-examined during cross-examination?
Yes, of course. However, there are conflicting views. This is a very important question.
Sir, what are the contents to test hostility?
The contents to test hostility are whether prosecution witness resile from his previous statement, Whether prosecution witness is not telling truth. The witness statement is adversely affecting prosecution stance. The other important aspects for effective prosecution are the proper deposition of the prosecution witnesses in the court.
What does proper deposition mean?
It should be in sequence, narrating the entire facts to which he is witness. Witness should not conceal anything. Statement should be to the point. The statement should be according to the facts produced.
This will make the prosecution version effective.
Yes, of course. You must lead the witness, but should not ask the leading question.
Sir, can you please explain leading one-line questions?
Yes, it means questions which suggest answers.
Is it true?
Yes, of course.
The question about the impeachment of hostile witness has just popped up in my mind. Am I allowed to ask the same?
Yes, for sure.
How can we impeach the veracity of a hostile witness?
By cross-examination. By evidence of other prosecution witness or by witness of misconduct. We can also produce proof of previous inconsistent statements.
That's great. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
In order to ensure effective prosecution, you must produce all evidence in sequence, connecting the accused with the commission of the offense. Must ensure that the case property is properly exhibited. Must maintain the chain of events required to be proved. In case, if accused wants to produce evidence in his defense, you must try to impeach the credibility of the same through effective cross-examination. Confronting him with his previous statements. Confronting him with the evidence produced against him. The most important thing is the summoning of the case and making a closing statement. Do you have any idea of closing arguments? Great. I want to know 5 main points, if any of you can tell about the closing arguments.
Closing arguments must be structured in sequence.
Material evidence produced before the court to be highlighted.
Those expected arguments that the defense is likely to take should be rebutted through cogent and confidence-inspiring arguments, and the chain of events and evidences connecting the accused with the commission of offense.
Closing statement must be with full confidence, impressive and comprehensive.
Properly assist the court.
Wonderful. Any other question?
No, sir. We are thankful for such an interactive session.